Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today I'd like to discuss my two favorite scenes in Wings of Fire. One of these is a huge fan favorite, so many of you won't be surprised, but the second one is actually something that a lot of fans have forgotten about, and the scene is genuinely beautiful. This video contains spoilers for Moon Rising and Talons of Power, so if you haven't read those books then please click off the video. Also, before we begin, huge shout out to my patrons. Crazy Roblox Man, LordIsopod, and DragoLever95. Thank you so much for supporting me. Links to their social medias are in the description down below. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into the video. So, I think the first scene I'm going to be talking about is a fairly obvious one. The animus battle between a turtle and Anemone. There aren't too many intense action sequences like this one. To have an actual fight scene using magic was incredible to see. There are almost no rules involved when it comes to animus magic in battle. This scene was a fan favorite, and for good reason. Not only was this scene great for its major fight sequence, but also for the emotional weight on everything. After years of lying to everybody, Turtle had to come clean to the dragon he had wronged the most. His own sister. Now, obviously, we won't ever get a scene of animus magic being used to its full potential because battles could literally be finished in an instant. But it was so cool to see at least a little bit of what it could do. The only time we got a glimpse into the true power of animus magic was during the Royal Sting Massacre, and this scene explored it even more. Animus magic is a dark thing, and I really think that this fight explored that about it. Sure, you can use your power to heal other dragons and remove all sadness, but when you let it get out of control, animus magic can do some awful things to the dragons you love. Anemone, who went from a shy little dragonette who was scared to use her magic for the smallest things, turned into the kind of dragon who yelled at the world around her to try and kill her own brother. Animus magic might seem like a fun ability to have, but anyone can lose themselves to it. The scene was the biggest turning point for Anemone's character, and it was the last opportunity she had to turn back before she did something she would truly regret. And she actually took it. Realizing the horrible things she had done, Anemone felt immense regret for who she had become. If Turtle hadn't defended himself in the ways he did, Anemone would have killed him. The scene is also a major turning point for the seeming prince as well. He felt safe in his lie. No harm would have befallen him if he would have actually not gone to the beach and didn't confront his sister. But he knew that he created that monster inside of her and actually took the responsibility for his actions. If Turtle hadn't confronted his inner demons like that and gone out of his own safety net to risk everything to save Anemone from herself, she could have destroyed her entire life. Not only do I love this scene for the intense and mystifying action sequence and how cool it was to see an actual glimpse of what animus magic could do, I also enjoyed it for the emotional aspect. It really changed both characters, and without this scene, the entire series would have never been the same. Actions have consequences, and I think this showed that perfectly. So, with talking about one of the biggest moments of the series, you'd probably think my second favorite is going to be another big battle sequence or impactful moment. But it actually isn't. The scene I'm going to discuss is one that is nearly forgotten due to the craziness of Arc 2 and all of the other wonderful moments there. The scene to which I'm referring is none other than the prologue of Moon Rising. Honestly, some of you might not even remember the scene at all, or at least have some kind of vague memory of it. I rediscovered the beauty of this moment by flipping through Moon Rising a little while back for a video, and once I started reading this prologue, I literally couldn't stop. I think that says something about it. It was good enough to reread on its own, and made me actually want to go back and read the entire book again. The prologue of Moon Rising goes over the birth of Moonwatcher, as well as how her mother, Secret Keeper, tried to hide her from the rest of the tribe. I've even gone back to read this prologue several times just to look how beautifully Tui wrote it. Seriously, if you can, reread this scene! It's by far one of the most beautiful in the series, not only because of the way Tui wrote it and conveyed the emotions of both Secret Keeper and Moonwatcher, but also because it just works. There's a powerful emotional punch to it, and I honestly love this. Not only does it introduce us and tease Moon's powers from the perspective of someone else, but it already makes us sympathize for her right off the bat. It also dives deep into just how awful living on the volcano really was for the Nightwings, from the point of view of a dragon who isn't afraid to think what she wants to about it. Nightwings are just as vulnerable as the rest of the other tribes, and especially after the events of Arc 1, they really had to realize that. But it just goes to show that no matter what tribe a dragon is from, they all feel genuine emotions can have some of the same struggles, though they present themselves in different ways. With how crazy and hectic Art 2 can get, I think sometimes people forget about the beauty of smaller scenes like this. Anyways, what do you guys think? What are some of your favorite scenes in Wings of Fire? Let me know down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!